Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream lesson each and every week here Sundays at noon. We're having a little technical issue with the sound. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat section down below. So sorry for the delay. These technical issues happen from time to time. You know, it's a wonderful opportunity for us just to practice patience, and appreciate you hanging. You can hear me. All right, cool. So let's just go forward with the lesson, and I'll start again from the top. Welcome to the weekly session. I love meeting with you each and every Sunday, and I appreciate you joining me this week. Now this song is of course in 3/4 time. 3/4 rhythm, has a wonderful lilting quality to it, makes you want to dance, makes you want to waltz, makes you want to swing a beer mug. It's a wonderful rhythm, and what I'm going to show you in this lesson are a couple of different ways to play the rhythm. I'm also going to show you a wonderful chord vamp to decorate it, because we're going to be learning two ways to play this song. Now, if you're tuning in live, thank you so much. Let me know how you're doing in the chat section down below. And if you're watching this as a replay, check the video description below, because shortly after this is over, I will be adding timestamps so you can skip through the different sections of the lesson. Thank you very much. I've got a couple of things to share, the outline of the entire lesson, as well as a really cool announcement. So thank you for joining me. I see there's some wonderful folks here. We got folks from the UK, we got folks in South Wales, some folks from Hawaii, we got some folks here from Western New York. The sound will be a little bit tinny today because I can't get my audio interface to play nicely with my computer today, so just please bear with me. The alternative would be we end this and start again in 20 minutes, but let's not do that. Let's just go forward. So this is the outline, and for this lesson I have a bunch of cool things to share with you. We're going to play through a basic version of That's Amore. I'm going to show you the lesson notes in slow motion, the chord shapes. We're going to go through 3/4 strumming. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can play 3/4 strum with a lot of style and nuance. Then we're going to learn some fancier chords. I'm going to show you some cool special sauce you can put onto the song, rhythmically, harmonically. And then, as always, at the end, we'll be ending with a mindfulness meditation, a means of calming our minds, bringing our minds and our body into a calm, relaxed state. Today we'll be working with the principle of concentration. I hope that you'll join me. Thank you so much for joining me today. And many of you are here every week, so muchísimas gracias, merci beaucoup, dankeschön, dankjewel, cheers. Thank you for joining me. We're going to get started with the lesson in just 1 minute. I want to say big thank you to Maple Bob for that super chat. If you would like to support this live stream, there are links down below. And of course, just being here is wonderful support. You can always click that like button, subscribe to this channel, share news of this live stream with your friends. And once again, I apologize if the sound is a little off. My audio is having a little bit of an issue today, but let's just go forward and we shall play. Oh, Chris Shapiro is here. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. We got Randall in the house. Mad for You Paris, thank you so much. Terry Garcia in California. So glad that you're all here. I appreciate you being here. Now we're going to start with the lesson. I want to let you know that I will be announcing later this week the newest webinar that I'm going to be offering on. Save the date if you'd like to come join me for a wonderful live event, March 21st, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be offering a 2-part workshop on fingerstyle playing. It's something that I'm very passionate about, the idea of how to use fingerstyle playing in a lot of different ways. We're going to learn a lot. I've made a wonderful Spanish solo for you to learn There's going to be some bonuses, including a jam track. There's going to be a replay bonus video. I'll share more about this later, and I'll be announcing it this week during my YouTube video that will be coming out later this week. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to save the date, there's going to be all kinds of perks coming to you with this live stream. This extra bonus material will be coming to you as part of your ticket. All right. Thank you for joining me. Thank you all. And if you're still hanging, I know there's been some technical issues. Let's get right into the lesson. This is the song sheet for That's Amore. Let's learn the chords together. G, okay? And when we learn them, notice the common fingers between the G major chord and the G diminished chord. I know it says G sharp, that's G diminished. And then look how these two fingers move directly to D7. So this is version number 1. We're going to learn a slightly more advanced version later, but let's first make friends with this chord progression. Here we go. Strum G, 1, 2, 3, 1, move down, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now move across to D7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Excellent. So we're going to come across that chord progression a lot. Let's practice it one more time, this time with 3/4 strum. Now, the first thing I would say about 3/4 strum is you can play it in this manner, just strumming 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and try to emphasize or accent beat number 1. Okay, so join in with me. I'm going to get it started, and you can hop on the train when you feel the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Thank you, everybody. 2, 3. Ready? When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Stay on D7. We'll go through the next line. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Let's go through the second verse, nice and easy. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Hearts will play, tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. Let's keep going. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta fagioli, that's amore. Now the next line has a change. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. Now E7, last part. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Last line. Scusa me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. Slow down on G. Are you still with me throughout all the technical hitches and the somewhat lousy sound quality today? Appreciate you hanging. Thank you. Now, this was just a quick run through of the chords. Let's review a few things about these chord progressions. Then we're going to move on to a bit more of details about the rhythm. I'm going to teach you a couple of variations of rhythm, and then we're going to learn a very cool chord variation, a bit more advanced version of this tune. All right, thank you so much for hanging here, everybody. If you're digging what you see, and if you want to do a brother a favor, click that like button. Thank you so much for sharing this video with your friends. I so appreciate you being here. And remember, this channel is about, it's not so much about how well we play, it's about how we feel. Yes, I want to show you how to play the best you can, but keeping a calm center, even in the midst of technical difficulties, is a wonderful thing to cultivate. Thank you for helping me to cultivate it with your kind comments. So go ahead, click that like button, and let's explore some rhythm here. You'll see that 3/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That little mark there is an accent mark, so we want to feel the arrival of 1. That's the part of the rhythm that we are feeling strongly. 1, 2, 3, 1, like a sea shanty. Very strong beat on beat 1. And a wonderful way to connect with this, and we can go to music conservatory now for no extra student loan, and I'm going to show you how to conduct 3/4 time like a conductor does. And if you do this, I promise you that you will, 1, have some fun with it, and 2, you'll really embody the rhythm in a deeper way. So once you join me, this is going to really improve your strumming. Hold one hand in the air. You can hold a pencil or a pen if you want to have a conductor's baton, or just use your hands. We're going to move the hand down for 1. 1. Let's do that again, and this time, say it out loud, and really say it loud enough so it reaches your ear. Ready? 1. On beat 2, we go out, 2. On beat 3, we make a tip of a triangle, 3. And down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Excellent. Now, we're going to do this again. I'm going to draw out the shape right here. It's down for 1, out for 2, and then up for 3. And to really get the feel of this, see if you can get a bounce going on, almost like you have shock absorbers in your arm. Thank you, Jennifer, for that super chat. I appreciate your support very, very much. Thank you, Jennifer. So let's do this together, and we can do this with 2 hands. Ready? 1, feel the bounce. 2, 3, very graceful, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Amore. 3, 1, 2, 3. Join in with me. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. 1, do 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 da do do. That's Amore. 1, 2, 3. 1 last time. Boom. Awesome. As you know, these videos are available for you to watch again. So please hang out with this concept of conducting. When I was a music student a long time ago, my classical guitar teachers always emphasized that I should conduct to really embody the music in a deep way. It is important for getting the gestures of the music into your hands. Thank you so much, Dagmar, Martin, and Linda. We're going to keep going with the lesson, but I got to say, huge shout out. Thank you so much for the support. There's a little button down below if you wish to offer a super chat. I so appreciate your support. Let's keep on jamming. Now, we're going to return to the song sheet and the chords, but why don't we hang with just the G major chord, and let's put this rhythm into some new combinations, okay? We're still going to emphasize beat 1, but we're going to add a 2 and 3, all right? This is not necessarily complex, right? It's not like you need a PhD to understand what I'm showing. But the tricky thing can be to how to make it really dance, and this is where conducting comes in. So let's get musical with it. I'm going to play the strum. Why don't you watch me a few times and then join in. I'm going to play strum 1 and then switch to strum 3. So here is strum 1. 1, 2, 3, here I go. 1, 2, three. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now here's strum number 2. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Here's strum 3. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2. Strum 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here's strum 2. Try it out. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1. Here's strum 3. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3. And 1. And let's take a break. All right, let's do that all again. Sure don't want to leave you in the dust, you know. What we're going to do is we're going to play each strum 4 times, okay? See if you can count out loud while you play. Notice how it's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. This third strum, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. It's not the information, it's the coordination that makes it tricky. If we can smile and enjoy the process, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, sure makes it more fun to learn. Kathy Trent is in the house. Yeah! Thank you so much, Kathy, for that super chat. Some folks I've met while touring around the country and beyond over the last 10 years. Thank you, Kathy. So glad you're here. Really appreciate you offering some support, and I just appreciate you being here. All right, can we get back to this strumming? Of course. Let's do each strum 4 times. Get yourself ready. See if you can count out loud and play it. Feel the strong beat on beat 1. Are you ready? 1, 2, 4 times each strum. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next strum. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Next strum. 2 and 3 and 1, 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 2 and 3 and strum 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just keep going. Next one. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2. Next one. 1, 2 and 3 and 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 1, 2. Let's go around one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Next strum 4 times. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1. Next one. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and I hope the sound is not too distorted and crackly. I apologize. My microphone did not work today, but appreciate you hanging. Appreciate you being with me. These are the strums. Jot these down. It's not the information that's so tricky. It's the coordination. Practice this anytime you hear a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, da 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 da. It's a lot of fun, and you really embody the music. Do you dig? Do you dig what I'm saying? Let me know in the chat if you're digging what I'm saying and if you can get some benefit from this. Thank you so much, Nan, for your super chat. Really appreciate everybody hanging, especially with the technical difficulties and all that stuff. Awesome. We got Kazi in the house from Spain. Alma is here from Florida. Thank you so much. So let's return to the song sheet now. And since time is marching on like it does, why don't we take a look at a couple of tricky chords here, and then we're going to learn a wonderful chord vamp. Now, the tricky chords, we already went over one thing. G, lift up that ring finger, move down to, it's a misprint, I'm sorry. I will re-upload the song sheet, G diminished. Not G sharp, just G diminished. and then D7. Another tricky change is when you look at the third group of chords, third stanza, there's a change from D7 to B7. And whether you're playing low or high G, same game. You want to move here to this voice, and I chose this voicing of B7 because I just like the sound of that open E string on top. But if you prefer this B7, you go right ahead, please. After that, we have to rearrange all the fingers, except this one slides down one fret and they pivot to E7. So what we're doing here, as promised, is going a little bit into some of the technical details of the choreography of the chords. Take a look at that B7 right there, and when it changes to the E7, if we are willing to slow down and pay attention to the details, there's a really nice common finger. Everybody go to their B7 here, okay? Ring finger, second finger, first finger, and open. Right? Now just slow it down and notice if we lift up everything but that middle finger, slide that middle finger down one fret, and now pivot, we're on E7. When you're playing the song, of course, we want it to happen quicker. But just pausing to notice this detail gives us the gift of the insight. You know, wow, I didn't realize my finger can just stay on that string. All right? So one last time, let's go through that. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Norma Jean, for your super chat support. Thank you so much for being here, everybody, around the world. Appreciate you being with here. We have a winner of the Tree Picks contest from Germany. I'm going to show you who that winner is. Lucky winner. So right here, you can just make friends with this one moment. Let go, slide, pivot. And I invite you to pay attention to how loose can your hand be. You know, how relaxed can you make it in between each chord. And then, once you do that a few times, see if we can join this section of music. It's right down here, right? You're in love. And what's going to happen is we're going to be able to, after we practice it a few times, just quickly make that change. All right? One last little chord detail before we get into the fancier version. When you move from G major to C minor, G major, let go of everything but the index finger, slide it up one fret, and just relax into that C minor, and then let go and slide down. Once again, we have this gift of a common finger, all right? The common finger, we can slow down and pay attention to these details. They will really help us to dance around the fretboard with greater ease. I'd like to play through the second half of this song before we go into the more difficult version. So we're going to start right here. Okay, see what I've highlighted? When the stars make you drool just like pasta fajoule. Let's play that because that will give us an opportunity to practice these two common fingers. And we'll do it slow. You know, we don't have to be in a hurry. We're not late to catch a plane or anything. You can always pick up the pace later. So let's play it at a rhythm like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Always count in before you begin so you can feel the beat. Are you ready? Start on G when the stars make you drool. 1, 2, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta fazool, that's amore. Next line. When you dance down the street, With a cloud at your feet, you're in love. Here we go. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, Signore. Last line. Scusami, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's Amore. G. All right, so we're going to move on to some more details. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to make up your own lyrics, you can of course do that. This is one of those songs where it's very easy to create your own following the folk process. You can personalize this song, you know. There's a lyric that I learned last time I was in Florida. When you swim in the sea and an eel bites your knee, that's Amore. I know it's horrible, terrible. But it's fun. So make up your own verses, you know, have a good time with it, and just have a good time playing this tune. Are you ready to go deeper? When we're playing these rhythms, it can take some time, but you can really emphasize the difference. I know I'm a dad. I get to make those dumb jokes now. Dad jokes. So beat one, there's two ways to emphasize it. Before we go on to some more fancy chords, let me show you a really cool, simple trick. Instead of strumming on beat one, you can pluck on beat one, all right? And this is a very, very cool effect. So check it out. Every once in a while, you can pluck. You can pluck with more authority like that, or you can just pluck it gently. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. So that is a way to bring some emphasis to beat one, just plucking that first beat, the fourth string open. Azzacorne. Ah, that's a good one. What are your alternate verses? Put them in the chat. I want to see what your alternate version is, you know. When you walk in the kitchen and the cook starts anyway, that's Amore. So let me know your alternate verses, and keep in mind that if you'd like to keep in touch, please sign my mailing list. There are links down below. I'm going to be offering a new fingerstyle webinar. Tickets will go on sale this week, and I'll be announcing it on my mailing list. Hope you'll save the date, Sunday, March 21st. You're going to get a lot of value out of this, because you're not only going to get 2 classes, but you're going to get a special video, a follow-up video. There'll be a jam track to practice with, a concert. You're also going to learn a not too difficult Spanish style solo. And if you've ever been interested in how to use fingerstyle in your playing, whether to accompany songs or to begin to play as a soloist, this workshop will really serve you well. I'm a big lover of fingerstyle playing, having studied it for years. I look forward to sharing some techniques that will really help you fly with it. So please save the date, sign my mailing list, and I'll keep you in the loop. Thank you very much. Hey, as long as we're breaking here, before we go on, if you'd like to support this broadcast, silly that it is, there are links down below. Thank you so much, everybody who's supporting with a super chat. Patrons will get a discount to the workshop, and anyone who attended my previous workshop about the blues is going to get a discount as well. So thank you very much. There's a winner of the Tree Picks giveaway, and there's a link down below if you want to win a pack of Tree Picks. Michel, I think I'm mispronouncing your name. It looks like Michael, but he lives in the Black Forest of Germany, and he said it's pronounced, he will accept Michel, the French pronunciation. But congratulations, you can see Michael is having a lot of fun with his ukulele and now has been delivered a set of tree picks. You get a set of 4 delivered to you from Adam, the CEO of Tree Picks. Click the link down below. It doesn't cost anything to enter the contest, and I choose a winner at random every week. Thank you so much for that delightful picture of fun. It looks like your fun meter is in the red. Would you like to go on? Let's do it. How about we move forward with another version of That's Amore. Now this one has more chords, and we're going to get to this, but I'm seeing there are some chats going on here. When I hear there's a man and I see that it's Zen, that's Amore. Oh, muchísimas gracias. When you tune into Stu and there's wonderful tunes, that's Amore. When you're plucking, Grant has a good question. When you're plucking 1 on the high G uke, do you still tend to go for that G string or the lower C string? Really up to you. If there's a chord, for example, when you change in the song from G to C minor, you may like to emphasize that note, the E flat on the 3rd string. So go ahead and change the pitch. You don't have to pluck only the 4th string. By all means, play some other strings as well if you'd like to, Grant. And that is a thumb strum technique that I've shown in other videos at my channel. And go look up thumb strum at my channel, and you'll see I've made a couple of videos about it. It's a wonderful strum technique. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia. So glad that you're here. Thank you all for hanging. Today's lesson, if you're just tuning in, there's been some technical difficulties. There's been some dad jokes. There's been all kinds of wacky stuff. My mind is blown, and I am ready to go into the next version and really blow our minds, but in a nice way. If you downloaded the song sheet, download it again in 1 hour, because first of all, I'm gonna correct it. It says G sharp diminished 7th. It should say G diminished 7th. And there's also this 3rd page added with box notation. It looks complex, but box notation is actually liberating. Every one of those boxes is 3 beats of time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the sections where there is a percentage sign, that just means you're repeating the previous bar. So that is the structure of the entire song, and you can see for the 2nd version, the structure gets a little more, there's a little more flesh on the bone, but it's good. So let's get into it. Right now, I'm going to zoom in on these 4 chords, because these 4 chords are the ones that we want to make friends with. Could everybody please strum your G major chord with me? Let's strum it. The next chord after that is G major 7. Now for this, you can do it in a couple of ways. You could bar across the strings, and you can hear there's 1 note different. Another, and some folks find this easier, another way to do that is to take the ring finger and just squeeze it over. If you like that, go right ahead and do that. Next chord is G6, so you're just going to be playing a G major without the ring finger. Then G6 moves down 1 fret for, should be G diminished 7th. I'm going to get my license revoked. I apologize for the typo. Good. So let me demonstrate this, and then we'll play it together. It's a wonderful vamp that you can sit on, repeat all day. It's a wonderful... And then it would go to A, or minor. minor or A minor 7. This vamp can also be played without the G diminished 7th. It can just be these 3 chords back to G major 7. And this would make a wonderful introduction for the song. We're going to put some rhythm to it in a moment, but how about we just make friends with these shapes, okay? Take your hand and relax it. Strum G, please. Let go. Play the G major 7. Let go. Play the G6. Let go. Play the G major 7. And then back to G. What's happening is you're putting this little melody on the 2nd string. And Grant, if you're still listening, this would be a prime example of where you can pluck a different string. Here I would be plucking the 2nd string. But that is way more than we need to do right now, but feel free to explore that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this could make an introduction, and then in the song form, this really embellishes the chord progression in a nice way. So we're also going to encounter down here G, I know it says G sharp, it should say G diminished, G, G diminished, A minor, could be A minor, and then a D7, or it could be A minor 7, open, and then D7. So these are 2 common chord motions that you'll hear in a lot of popular jazzy type of music. Very common to hear the 1 chord, the diminished chord built on 1, the 2 chord, and then the 4 chord. So that's music theory speak for the G major chord, the G diminished 7th chord, the A minor chord, and the D7 chord. You'll also hear this vamp very often, this kind of vamp where it goes from a major to a major 7 to a 6 chord. Sometimes it'll back up, go back to G major 7 and then back to G, or it can just move on through the progression. All right? I don't mean to yak too much. I'm just trying to explain a little bit about this because it is a little more complicated than the first version. The first version is one that is very accessible, right? But I wanted to offer something that you could grow into and sound a little more filled out, right? Just hang a little more tinsel on the tree, so to speak. I will teach some spirit songs. And Chris, thank you for your comment. Glad you like the strumming pattern. You can always put a little fan stroke on beat 1 as well to emphasize. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So there's all kinds of ways to emphasize beat 1. You can strike it harder, you can fan stroke, you can pluck 1 string. Either way, we want to make sure that the feeling is this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, going back to the conducting. All right. Are you ready to jam? Thank you for hanging with me. Appreciate all the kindness. Appreciate you being here. And let's get back into the song sheet. And what we're going to do is we're just going to play through, follow along, grab the chords you can. If there are some chords that just fly by too fast, don't worry about it. You can always rest the hand on the ukulele and just play rhythm. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to jam, and then we're going to take a few questions before we break, and we'll have a meditation, and I definitely want to make sure that everything is clear and clearly understood because my audio is not the way I'd like it to be. Are you ready? Here's the introduction. We're going to move from G, G major 7, G6, G major 7. Feel that beat. 1, 2, 3. Let's start to sing. Here we go. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. D7. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Diminished. Bells will ring, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta fajoule, that's amore. When you dance in the street with the cloud at your feet, you're in love. Last part. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Diminished. Excuse me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. And of course, you could repeat it for solos. You could scat a song solo, just sing a little bit of la la la, use a kazoo, and then return later in the song. We just played through it once. Strumbellas, I love that. I will teach some spirit songs by Strum. I certainly will. In fact, at the end of today's meditation, if you stay to the end, I will teach you a 2-chord spirit song. I personally think all songs are spirit songs, but I know what you mean. This is one that's more intentionally about breathing, and I think you'll like it. My goodness, time flies. This is one of my favorite times of the week is to hang with all of you. Appreciate you being here. If you got something good out of this lesson, we're not done yet. Please give it a like, drop a comment in the chat down below, and appreciate you being with me for this lesson. We have gone through the chords. We've gone through 3/4 strumming, a little more fancy chords. We're going to review them again right now. Talked a little bit about some special sauce. I'm going to share a little something bonus for you now. And then we will, of course, end with our weekly mindfulness meditation. I'm so grateful that so many of you stay for that. It really is touching. So thank you very much. It tells me that you are here not just for music, but for the calming and peaceful effects that music brings to us. And during today's meditation, we're going to be working a lot with listening, with concentration, and using our breath as a bridge between our mind and our body. They are linked with our concentration on our breath. So, thank you very much for that super chat, Kevin. I so appreciate that. If there are any questions about anything that I've been teaching, please ask. I would love to make sure everything is clear. And please save the date. March 21st, I'll be announcing this on a YouTube video. A lot of cool perks with this video. It's with this presentation. It's not just me teaching. You're going to get a lot of value in the follow-up as well. So thank you so much. Please sign my mailing list to keep in the loop, and you will be able to receive a discount if you are a patron. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you being here. You just being here is support enough. If you wish to support, you can of course drop a super chat down below, or there are some links in the description, and I appreciate you being here. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Todd. That's so sweet. Let me answer some questions. Suzanne, great question. G6 is also E minor 7. Yes, they are. They not only look the same, but they have the same exact notes. So chords are, just like words are synonyms, there is a term in music theory called chord synonyms. They are named differently depending on what the root note is and what their function is. Okay, so in this song, we're playing in the key of G. So this shape is not E minor 7, it is G6. Okay, that's a quick answer to a very big topic, but yes, chord synonyms. Oh, cool, thank you. Mad for you, Paris. You know, I never have learned your name, but I appreciate you hanging and leaving such sweet comments, and also your participation at my Patreon page. So if you don't mind sharing your name, you don't have to do it right here, but I'd love to know, you know, ¿Qué es su nombre? I don't know how to say it in French. I appreciate you being here. So let's go over those chords, because those chord progressions are really cool. All right, and Stramabella. I did add a chord on Signore, and I'm going to go over that. Greg, thank you for being here. Appreciate your super chat, your support. Gianni is in the house. Thank you for being here. Gianni, you should drop a link to one of your videos down below. You've played some videos on Facebook, I think. Sweet stuff. All right, my friends. Any more questions? Oh, Patricia. Can I please go over the strum difference between 2 and 3? Yes, and let's do that, and also learn a little extra strum, you know, some extra special sauce. Okay, so let's go back to here. Strum number 2 and strum number 3 are all based on this pulse of 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 quarter notes, and that's what time signature means. 3 quarter notes in each measure, in each bar. What we're doing here on beat 2 is we are dividing it into eighth notes. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. In this one, we're dividing beats 2 and 3 into eighth notes. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. So if you'd like to review it, join me, and then we'll do some special sauce. The special sauce would be fan stroke on beat 1, or plucking one string on beat 1. Could be any string. I'm going to use my G string. And another special sauce is just to emphasize it, to always feel that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It sounds simple when you talk about it, but it's the coordination and the awareness of beat 1 that can be tricky. Let's do this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, then 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Join in with me. We'll do the chords G, G diminished 7th, A minor, D7. Come on, everybody. G, 1, 2, 3, G diminished, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those are the chords. Let's do it a little faster now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Still on strum 1. Strum 2, go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go, strum 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. your eye. I think we are ready to strum the whole song again. And if you want to do a little bit of extra study, play through the song using this chord box notation. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Merci infiniment. Oh my gosh, my French is horrible. Thank you. Mad for you, Paris. Every one of these boxes is a beat, is a bar of 3 beats. All right, so you can practice the song that way, and then you will really understand the structure of it. Let's sing and strum the song one more time. Thank you for hanging with me. 1, 2, 3. We'll do a little introduction here. Here we go. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. 1, 2, 3, 1. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. Third section, when the stars make you drool, just like pasta fagioli, that's amore. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. 1, 2, 3, 1. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Excuse me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. From the top, la la la, 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 la 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 la. Put all your heart into it. La la la, la la la, la la la, la 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 la. Second part. La la la, oh no no, la la la, la la la, la 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 la. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la 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 la. Let's sing the words, here we go. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta fagioli, that's amore. When you walk in a dream, but your feet, you're in love. Here we go, last section. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Diminished. Excuse me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. So, my friends, so much to learn from 3/4 time. Chris, thank you so much for your kind words. Miss you all. Please say hello to everybody in the Quail Creek community. Had such a wonderful visit. Seems like years ago. It was over a year ago, but thank you, Chris, for that super chat and for your sweet message. There's a lot of nuance to 3/4, especially I'm playing it with a kind of a shuffle. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. So it's a little different than some other 3/4s where the eighth notes wouldn't be shuffled. It would be 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. That's a different sound than 1, two, and three, a one, two, and three, a boom, cha, boom, cha, cha, right? The way I'm swinging it, it sounds a little bit more like blues. It has a little more of a 6/8 swing feel to it. Now, I don't want to confuse things. I'm just sharing that because when you really want to get into the feel of 3/4 time, you can have a lot of nuance between 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. That's a little straighter, and you would use that for certain songs. This one, I think, is nice as a bounce. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. And all it means in plain English is just you wait a little longer. 1, 2, and 3, right? That you wait a little longer to play the upstroke here, or here, or here. Thank you, Laura, for your support and for your presence here. Appreciate y'all being here. We're going to do this next Sunday as well. There will be one more love song. It may be a Beatles song. It may be a Joe Cocker song. I'm not sure. Give me a year of practice and I will sing a French song, but not next week, because as you can tell, my French is non-existent. So, permíteme un año y yo voy a practicar. Okay, give me a year and I will practice. So we're going to wrap up the lesson in just a few minutes and then move into mindfulness meditation. Joe Cocker, yeah, we got a vote for Joe Cocker from Brenda. Yeah, it would be, you can probably guess which song I'm going to choose. So there's a lot to this video, and again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. If you download the song sheet in an hour or two, there will be a new one up with the correction, G major, G diminished seventh, okay? And I hope that the audio quality has been all right. I want to make sure that we can end the meditation without any other announcements, so I'm just going to say a few things here, and first one is thank you for joining me. I hope that you'll please subscribe to my channel. I would love to reach 100,000 subscribers this year. You can give me a big hand by liking and sharing the videos that I create. I have a lot of video content on my channel. If you haven't visited the channel homepage, just click the little icon below this video and you'll come to my channel page. There's a lot of material I've made there for years, and I hope it really serves you well. I hope that, that you had a good time playing with me. Next week, this week coming, I'll be announcing, and tickets will go on sale for my online course, and there'll be more of that talked about in future weeks. So I'll just say for now, just save the date. I have a lot of really cool secrets I'm going to share with you from my decades of playing fingerstyle guitar and ukulele, including how mistakes can be your best friends. They really can be. Thank you, John, for that super chat. Sign my mailing list. If you'd like to support, there are links down below. You being here is a great support to me. Thank you. Patrons will receive a discount, as well as other perks each and every month. Thank you so much for your support. And if you'd like to win a set of tree picks and be as happy as Michelle here, check the link down below and you can enter the contest. Very simple form to fill out, and you can be a winner of the Tree Picks giveaway each and every week. From my family to yours, I hope that you are doing well, and thank you for the kind comments about my little boy. Do you know what he did today? He's been doing this every day. He goes to the ukulele. We have a little old ukulele and a guitar down there for him, and he strums, and then he floats his hand up, and he goes, ah, and I swear you can pretty much match the pitch. Anyway, he does this. It's so cute. I'm not trying to make a musician out of him. He just loves music. I think he sees it a lot. I hope that music is your medicine and that you are doing well in the midst of this pandemic, lockdown, shutdown. Music is a means of relieving stress, of having fun, and I appreciate you spending some time with me. Thank you, John. Thank you, Gianni, for your support. And speaking of stress relief, why don't we take our ukuleles off, and if you'd like to stay for a brief mindfulness meditation, we will get into it right now. Contrary to the way meditation is often thought of, it is not, let me say this differently, the meditation I am going to share with you is not about stopping the mind. It's observing the mind. The mind is a wonderful tool. It's been called a wonderful tool, kind of a rough master. So our practice is not to fight, we're not creating a battle with the mind, but what we are going to do is to cultivate in a gentle way the quality of concentration. And if you think about it, everything you've ever enjoyed in your life is thanks to concentration. Very often it doesn't even require any effort. Like the first time you heard a fantastic piece of music. Or when you saw a beautiful sunset, or anything of beauty, anything inspiring. We don't have to try to concentrate. It's a natural state of when we are one with the present moment. Of course, what happens is that our minds are very active, and so we can be pulled away from the present moment. That's not a problem, and that's not something we're going to fight with. Our practice is to skillfully return again and again to the point of our focus. And there are many, many ways to practice meditation, and I honor them all. What we are going to do is very simple, but effective. I have found it effective in my life. We're going to listen to this bell and bring awareness to our breathing. If you're comfortable to do so, please sit with your feet on the floor. You can lay down if you wish. In Buddhist and yogic traditions, there are 4 positions for meditation: sitting, standing, walking, lying down. And also, of course, during daily activities, you'll find that the more we practice cultivating a relaxed concentration, any task can become an opportunity to really be present. And once again, it's about the skillful returning. We're not messing up if we go off on a mental tangent. We're not making a mistake. There's nothing wrong with us. We haven't done anything wrong. Simply return with kindness and hold yourself with all the tenderness that you would hold a baby. The bridge between our mind and our body is our breath. So if you're comfortable to do so, we'll breathe in slowly through our nose and out through our nose. If it's more comfortable to use your mouth for the exhale, that's fine. Let's begin with some guided breathing, and then I will lead you through a simple but effective meditation. Thank you for joining me. Let's begin. Let's begin by taking some deep inhalations, breathing deeply into the belly, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, pausing at the top, and then slowly exhaling. For this first breathing exercise, let's see if we can make our in-breath as long as our out-breath, softening our muscles from our scalp to our face, our shoulders, our body, down to our toes. And keep your attention on the present moment. Breathing in slowly, breathing out slowly. So if you're breathing in to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 4. Making your breath even and smooth. And just for these few minutes, set aside any plans, any projects, any concerns, and be with yourself fully as you breathe in this breath of life. Keeping your focus on your in-breath and out-breath, slow and deep. Begin to refine your position by checking in with your posture. Sitting up tall, tucking the chin, slightly tucking the chin to elongate the back of the skull. And allow a gentle half smile to settle upon your lips, to bloom on your face. It's very subtle, this inner smile. Feel the healing energy that springs forth naturally as you choose to smile. I invite you to bring to mind a few things that you're grateful for on this day. It may be as simple as, I'm grateful that I am alive. I am grateful for my feet that have carried me everywhere I've ever gone. And whatever your circumstances of life are, know that in this moment, You are breathing in and you are breathing out. Remain connected to your breathing, your posture, the inner smile. And let's take one more deep inhalation in, and then we're just going to let it go and wait for the next inhalation. And now bring your concentration to your breathing as it happens naturally, without any direction from you. Whether your breath is shallow or deep, whether it makes a sound or is silent, simply notice your breathing and the spaces between each breath. As you're breathing, listen to this bell. Relax your hands in your lap or across your belly so you can follow the gentle rising and falling of your breathing. And let's play a game. Listening to the bell until it disappears and dissolves into silence. If there are sounds around you, in your room or outside of your house, allow them to become part of your soundscape. Keep listening, smiling, breathing. And now for this final part of this meditation, let's play a game of counting our breath, following the breath as it naturally enters, in 1, out 1. In 2, out 2. And see if you can remain fully present with your breath for 5 breaths. No competition, no possibility of failure. We are simply training our deep listening and our acceptance. So let's play. You may like to go to 10. Gently lifting one of your fingers for each one of your breaths is a wonderful way to stay rooted. On your first breath, you lift one finger gently, and on the exhale, return it. And now let's close with listening to the bell one final time. A common practice is to listen to the bell of mindfulness and remain present for 3 full breaths. When you feel called to, you can begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bring some movement back to your body. And I thank you deeply and sincerely for training with me And thank you for letting me train with you. This is one of many practices. Sometimes I will sit with my hands in my lap and just 1, 2, and the motion of the fingers can totally be personalized. You may like to touch the fingers together. You may like just to feel the sense your fingers, or perhaps sitting completely still and training your concentration to remain present for 5 or 10 breaths without the aid of the fingers. It's a wonderful way to practice as well. That's Amore. Thank you, Chris. So the idea, of course, is to bring this consciousness into our lives. And life, of course, as you well know, will give us many opportunities to practice. For example, when a microphone does not plug in and there are a couple of hundred people waiting to hear your music and your voice, this is a chance to see if I could practice. Can I return to what is actually happening? Breathing in and out helps me on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, to return to what is really going on. I can see clearly what needs to be done. So that revolutionary act of just pausing, taking some breaths, is a wonderful, wonderful practice, and I hope that it brings you many, many fruits. John, I do not have any singing bells, but perhaps someday I will, and I appreciate that. It's amazing. Thank you, all your sweet comments, David. So glad you're here. You can do this with your ukulele as well. You know, it's amazing what happens when you start to just play one note and treat it like it's a singing bell. Become so much more aware of the details of your playing. And that it's okay to have space. So I encourage you to do something that I lead with my meditation and ukulele retreats called the Ukulele Zen Retreat. To play 5 notes, just like we were following 5 breaths, you can follow 5 notes. You could even put a lot of space in, 1 note. You could repeat the same note 5 times. Your listening will become so strong. You become so present. And this consciousness will develop of being able to return skillfully. There's no end to this game. In music, you can find also that 5 notes might make a nice improvisation melody. And then repeat it. So I will share more about this in the future. For now, you may like to do this right now, as soon as this is over in a moment. Play 5 notes on your ukulele, see what comes out. Whatever comes out, say yes to it. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to follow a scale. And improvise freely, and your mantra will be yes, yes, yes. Just keep on saying yes to whatever comes out spontaneously, practicing mindfulness meditation with your instrument. So that's one entry point into that. So we have a few really sweet folks still in the room, and Renee, thank you so much. Yes, go ahead and practice. Andre, when I breathe very slow after this lovely show, that's amore. Thank you so much. Yeah. Linda, oh nice. I'm so glad your canine could fall asleep. This idea of breathing in and out the same length, you may find it helpful. You can breathe in and then double your exhale. That's a wonderful way. It's a yogic breath exercise. And if you do that with concentration for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you will fall into a deep sleep. You may fall into a deep sleep. I know it helps me. So I'll breathe in for 4 and out for 8, and I'll just keep my focus while I soften my body, and you just fall into a wonderful sleep. That's even if you don't fall asleep, if you did that in the midst of a day as just a way of unwinding your breath, the effect of it on your body and your consciousness, many of you already know it's profound. And to have an experience of it is worth a library of books about it, right? To have an experience of it. So I encourage you just to practice, to train. Remember, it's depth, but not seriousness, right? So I wish you much joy in your practice. Thank you. Yes, Dagmar, pranayama. Yes, Kundalini yoga is many deep, powerful pranayams. So maybe next week you could let me know, all of you who are still here, let me know how your breathing goes. You have a week till we meet next. Let me know how the next week goes. Maybe in the midst of washing dishes, you just remember, hey, I'm going to breathe. And just follow your breathing. It can be a wonderful way to turn every seemingly insignificant action into something very deep. So I wish you much joy in your practice. Thank you, Vincent. And I will edit that PDF as soon as I get off here. Yeah, nice, Randall. Relaxed, not bored. I like that. Yeah, sweet. Oh, this is so great. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Well, my friends, I appreciate you hanging, and we will get together again soon, every week, these live stream sessions. Appreciate you being here. Hope you'll spread news of the channel, etc., etc. I look forward to seeing you next week. Many blessings. May your lives be peaceful, and may your music practice also be peaceful. That's amore. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.